So it's alive.
It's alive, yeah.
Madam,
Hey,
it's
Yanis, how you doing?
alive. I am doing good, man. I am doing good. I'm really happy to see you. I'm really happy to be here. We've got representing Greece, representing Australia,
That's
across
it.
the world, but united by passion for films and pulpy stuff, pulpy items,
Mate, pulpy
storytelling,
items, that's for sure. Pulpy movies.
pulpy
We've got
movies,
something
pulpy comic
special
book.
today, don't we?
Yeah, so today we're gonna do a bit of a different thing. We're breaking from the usual conversations about classic stuff, pulpy stuff, noir stuff, sci-fi, old stuff, and we're concentrating. We're doing a quick review of
Yep.
Frankenstein.
The new Frankenstein
The new
movie by
Frankenstein.
Guillermo del Toro.
You said
Hope
the
I
name
pronounced his
better than
name
I would have
correctly.
said it. Thank you for that. I would have butchered the accent probably. Yes, it stars
Yep.
Oscar Isaac as Victor Frankenstein, the doctor, the scientist, and Jacob Elordi as the creature. Mia Goth is in it. Christoph Waltz is in it as well, giving a bit of class. So let's go into it, man. I don't know what you're gonna
Let's
say. We
go
might
into it, man.
disagree.
New
We might
movie.
agree. New movie. So hit us, Vadim. What did you find positive about it? And this, sorry, this is
Well,
spoiler free. This is spoiler free. Anybody watching this is spoiler free. Don't worry about that. Okay. Sorry, Vadim. Go ahead.
that's right. Spoiler-free review. Yeah, what did I think of it? Good question.
Well,
Look,
the positives, if we can begin with.
the positives. Yeah, we'll start with the positives first. Look, first of all, what a beautiful movie, right? Beautifully shot movie. I thought that the cinematography was just absolutely fantastic. It's probably the best, one of the best cinematographic movie I've seen in a very, very long time. The visionary, the scenery, the costumes were just amazing. The colors. I've got a really good TV as well, so I could really see, the different colors in this movie. It was very vibrant, and I mean, comparing it to another movie, which is Nosferatu, I thought that was Frankenstein was just a level above that in terms of the visionary, the cinematography. So that was a big plus for me. Second, the acting. I thought all the actors did extremely well. I mean, the acting I thought was just top notch from everyone. So that's another positive from me. And look, the in terms of if I can go back in terms of the scenery, I thought they um, did a really good job on creating what a gothic movie should look like, and I actually like that a lot better than Nosferatu. The visuals and the gothic environment, the gothic style of the movie, and they picked up on every little detail, even the streets. That you could pretty much smell the the manure, the shit, and the life of England in the in the 1800s. It was just amazing, like the
Uh,
visuals.
you
Yeah,
had the 4D version where you got the smells of it coming off the television as well.
you could, yeah, you could pretty much feel it, see it. It was just amazing. The visuals. Um,
Cool, cool.
the makeup and like I said, the costumes were just great. So I found all that really amazing, a really top job, and normally I don't, it's not my thing, and like with some movies, the way they make them nowadays with a lot of green screen and so on. But this movie just looked unreal. It was like a piece of art. So yeah,
Cool. Okay.
you
So
know,
yeah, my turn.
what are your thoughts?
What I found positive. So I'd say I'm not. It's going to be interesting. I think we're going to have two different viewpoints, which is always the best in a way. More to think about. So I thought I would give it some of the music cues. Some were fitting. Um, I thought that all the actors tried their best. They put in the effort. I could tell they were giving it their best. A few of the settings I liked, and a few of the clothing choices, a few of the photography of it. So I'm gonna be reserved, and I'm gonna give it just that. I have to add really quickly before we continue, as always, that I every film is a miracle that happens. Everybody works really hard to do it, and what we say every episode we ever make is out of sheer respect, even if we don't see something as reaching the what we wanted to reach. If we disagree with something, it's still out of respect. So I just wanted to add that. And yeah, so I would say that for me. So what did you find negative then, if anything? Maybe you didn't find anything negative.
Yeah, look, um, as much as I like the movie visually, what sort of let me down a bit was the plot, and I know that they've changed things. And look, sometimes change is good. In this case, it sort of probably didn't work for me as much as I liked it to be, in terms of the choices that they made, where they, the biggest choice that they, changed from the book or or the, the movies before that was to humanize Frankenstein more than what I felt was needed. Um, look, Frankenstein was always, in my opinion, about, a human soul. That's what it was to me. But and that's what it is to me. That's what Frankenstein is. And I like the slow reveals in terms of, well, you've got this bad monster that you think is really really bad, and then throughout the movie you find out that he actually has a good soul and a heart, and he wants to be human. And in this movie, pretty much from the beginning, when the Frankenstein was made, when he was alive, you could tell straight away, well, this guy is a good guy. And you straight away root for Frankenstein, basically, in this movie, right? So it felt more like he was, in my opinion, he was, how should I put it? He was sort of, he wasn't a flawed character, and I was looking more for a flawed characters from from the humans, like Dr. Frankenstein. Obviously he's a flawed character, and to me the actual monster is a flawed character as well. But in this movie he was just perfect, right? He was a perfect made human being from the beginning, and to me that was a little bit of a letdown.
Do you feel also that he was like came out of a Marvel superhero movie as
Pretty
well?
much, yeah, yeah.
Which I thought that was a
Especially
bit
the
distracting, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah,
How strong they
pretty
made
much.
him, and how yeah, it was like I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
looking at Thanos or the Hulk, pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, man?
Okay, so negative is that? Are you? You're done? Yeah. With
Yeah, that was in summary basically my negative. That sorry, I just want to add one more thing. I just
excellent.
felt like they played it too safe, right?
Hmm.
And they
Hmm.
wanted to create this perfect character that didn't have any faults, that was generous, kind from the beginning, and humans were the bad the villains in this movie straight away. And like I said, I'm more into sort of the slower reveal type thing. And then find out a little bit more about the monster. Oh, if I may mention one more thing,
You
man,
may.
what a good looking Frankenstein. If I was a female, as soon as I'd see him, I'm like, bang, I'm gonna fall in love with you.
Well, because
Yeah,
and that's why they cast Jacob Elordi, who's very popular with teenage girls. He's in that TV series with Sydney Sweeney, with the teenagers in high school. What is it called? I forgot now. So it's not a that's why it was cast in a way, and they have that whole Twilight appeal, like the Twilight films. I felt that that's
yeah,
what they were trying to
yeah,
do with this as well, which was
yeah,
very jarring and odd, you know.
yeah,
And so I'll get into it, and I'll use this as a gateway into what I have to say about it, the negatives.
yeah,
Yeah, pretty much agree with what you said, and I thought that the makeup job was a odd choice, and it didn't work for me. I thought De Niro's Frankenstein, the film
yeah,
with De Niro, had a much better um, makeup job. I didn't feel like there was someone who was cut and paste from different body parts. Like you said, he just looked too good, and obviously they wanted to capitalize on the good looks of Jacob, and yeah,
They
I thought
wanted to
that
make him
to
look more human than what he needed to be. Like I said,
yeah.
like a perfect human. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And to go back to the positives that I said, the reason I say a little bit of this and a little bit of that is because I thought, because you get Del Toro, I would expect to have great photography and attention to detail with a Del Toro film, but I thought some choices felt a little bit lazy in this. The mother, for example, wearing the red outfits, I felt that was too obvious. Red is always used in films. It needs to be used with a specific goal, like in The Sixth Sense, the red balloon, or the film, the horror film of the 70s with Donald Sutherland, where the little girl is wearing the red jacket, or Schindler's List. But with this, the mother wearing the red, I just thought all the time. I just thought, dude, that's a bit too obvious. Some of the sets I didn't feel like I felt they could have done better. That goes together with the tone. For me, the tone was very off. I thought sometimes they were trying to be like this romantic film. Sometimes it was trying to
exactly.
be
That's
this.
what it felt like.
What? Yeah,
That,
and the romance, like there's a whole section in the film early on where there's this romance and it doesn't lead anywhere.
yeah,
It's like you can
exactly,
completely take it out.
exactly.
It
Yeah,
doesn't lead anywhere. And
yeah,
then yeah, and then it's trying to be a little bit gothic, but I personally didn't think it was gothic enough. I thought it could have been a lot more gothic. But that's because it was inconsistent in its tone. I thought the pace was the probably the worst thing about it. It dragged on, and I lost interest halfway through. And it was showing us, from the perspective of the scientist early on until the first half. And by the time we reach that point, I'm exhausted. And then it goes into the creature, and we see it from their point of view. And I was like, I can't follow. I don't care, and it didn't make me care. It didn't make me care enough to watch another hour and hour or that was left,
yeah.
or how
That's
much
a
it
good
was.
point. I agree with
Yeah.
you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I've noticed that as well. But for me, it was actually it was enjoyable to watch because I thought there'd be, in a 2.5 hour movie, there'd be something maybe in the last half hour or so, or
Mm.
in the last hour, but it just ended flat. And then, where you had sort of half of the movie, the other half of the movie, sort of from the monsters perspective, that kind of, well, you know, that kind
Yeah,
of put me out a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, definitely, man. I have to definitely emphasize the casting. So that's why I said I thought the actors tried their best, but this does not get talked enough. I reckon casting is super important in a film. I thought the casting was off. I Oscar Isaac is a good actor. I like him in a lot of things. He didn't convince me as the Doctor in this. I thought not his fault. I thought he was too old. I think he needed a young, offbeat kind of character that's in there with youth, some youthfulness, crazy youthfulness, and I felt he was just too in his 46, and it didn't I didn't think it went together with the character well enough.
But
Um, and also we touched upon this as well before. Again, Jacob tried really hard, and it's not his fault. I didn't think it was the right casting for the character of for the creature. I didn't think there was enough gravitas, and it was too trying to appeal to the Twilight audience and not trying to appeal to the source material and to give like this heaviness to the character. It was more glitz than substance. I felt in the casting choice, and yeah, so I think the casting was off. Mia Goth's Elizabeth character, I didn't think she contributed anything. Again, not the acting, more of the writing and more of the casting choices. And this leads me into the plot and the characterization plot, because they kind of go together sometimes, many times. I thought that Waltz's benefactor character, Harlanger, whatever his name was, the benefactor.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
w- yeah, what happened with him? His character, like something major happens. We're not gonna give spoilers, but I'm like,
yeah, yeah. What the
it didn't
hell?
lead.
Yeah,
It didn't lead anywhere. It may not. It, like
exactly. I
it
thought
may
there'd
not.
be more. I was waiting for more.
Yeah,
It's
it
like,
just suddenly nothing. I'm like, what was the point of all that? It
yeah,
was
exactly.
pointless. So
Yeah,
yeah, the plot definitely
yeah,
didn't make the best choices in the plot, which contributed
yeah.
to that
And
feeling stale and
sorry,
dragging
while
on.
you're talking about the plot, I was going to mention one thing really
Mhm.
quickly is that, in my opinion, how what I saw is that, you see Victor Frankenstein's upbringing and the abuse that he got from his father as a child. And then, I thought, well, and then after his mother's passing and so on, I thought he would grow into a character where he'd be more sort of sincere, more appreciative. But he actually became worse than his father from the get go straight away. And I thought, slowly he would turn into madness with this obsession, cheating, death is fine. But straight
Yeah,
away he was
yeah,
obnoxious
man.
character, which I really hated from the beginning.
Absolutely correct. That
Yeah,
is great observation. I didn't make. It's absolutely true. There was no um, difference. There was no scaling
yeah,
to see
no
the
scaling,
yeah, yeah.
exactly.
There was no arc to see him go from
Yeah,
that to being an asshole. He
yeah,
just went, man, 100%, 100 miles an hour into asshole all the
yeah,
way through,
straight away. Yeah,
straight away.
yeah,
So
yeah,
what? Yeah, when he meets that girl, which
yeah,
didn't lead anywhere,
yeah.
it was like, why does she even like him? There was nothing to
Exactly,
like.
exactly. Yeah, what
And
an
but
asshole!
yeah,
Like
that
even
yeah,
worse than his father. Yeah,
yeah. There was no arc. There was no
yeah,
change. It was just from the
yeah.
beginning. So then, by the time they turned their attention to the creature, I was exhausted from watching the asshole. Like,
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and to finish off, lastly, I didn't think it was cinematic enough in the sense, like, in the original 31 version, um,
yeah.
you know, leading up to the creation of there's an urgency leading up to
Mm.
that he's gonna create life.
Good
Oh
point.
my God! Like,
Yeah,
it's never
good
happened
point.
before. It's
That's how it
amazing,
was in
and he's
all the
like,
movies. Yes.
it's alive. He goes
Yeah,
into this ecstasy. It's
yeah,
alive, and there's
yeah,
lightning and thunder. And in this,
yeah.
it was like
Good
nothing
point. It was
happens.
Yeah, it's
Nothing
like
happened. And then,
he suddenly wakes up and he's
yes,
there, and he's like,
yeah.
"Oh well, okay,
Oh la la la
yeah,
la. Like
yeah,
nothing happened. He goes to bed,
yeah,
sleeps. He
yeah,
wakes up. The creature is
yeah,
there. He's like,
yeah."
oh, there you are. Okay, la 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 la
Yeah,
la.
exactly, exactly. It was like,
Where is
what
the
the
urge?
hell?
Where is
Yeah,
the wow?
yeah.
Make it.
And also like when his brother and the fiance come to visit him, and he shows them the creature, and they're like, there is no like surprise.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
yeah. There's
Uh,
not like okay, yeah.
yeah.
It's every day you see a creature, uh, different body parts suit together and coming to life. Yeah, I mean it's a normal thing. I see it every day
Yeah,
down in the market.
yeah,
Absolutely, man.
yeah. No, good points. Good points. Yeah.
Good. So let's finish up with
Uh,
telling me. Do you recommend it? Do you want to give it a rating, or do you want to recommend it? What you want to do? But yeah, overall, what would you say? Do you recommend
look,
this?
my overall my overall thoughts. I think as much as I didn't agree or didn't like the plot, I thought it was visually beautifully made. And just for that alone, I think it's a pass. Um, I'd definitely recommend it to go out and watch it and sort of make up your own mind. And look, some people might like that change, but look, alone for the visuals, it's definitely a pass. Go out there, watch it. It's on Netflix. Yeah,
Thank you. Okay, great.
yeah.
Okay,
How
so
about you?
yeah, respectfully and yeah, I can't recommend this film. I lost interest. I think well, from my perspective, I would feel like people would lose interest regardless of the optics. I would recommend the Boris Karloff starring 1931 Frankenstein and the 1935 sequel Bride of Frankenstein. Go watch those films instead. Those are
Classics,
awesome
classics.
classic films. If you want to get your Frankenstein hit, go watch the original Frankenstein of 31 and Bride of Frankenstein,
And
1935.
better yet, go read the original novel, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
And
I
read the
believe the
original novel.
1818 text. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, yeah. No, good
So
points
that bring,
there.
yeah. So there you go, guys. You agree, disagree? I don't know. If you haven't seen it yet, that's the Pulpy Hideouts. A little bit different. Also, a lot of things the same, and a little bit different substance. So you can get like, ooh, what's going on? I hope it helps. And Vadim, do you want to finish off?
Yeah, look,
And
thank you for watching, guys. I hope this review helps you to sort of decide on watching it or not watching it. I'd definitely just recommend go and watch it. Just if you're curious, it's a new thing out there. And tell us what you think, actually. Comment below. Did you agree with the changes that were done to this movie? Yes, no. You disagree with us? That's fine as well. Comment down below. And until next time, we'll see you again for our last episode in December.
for
We're
this
going to do
year,
our
yeah,
last one before the end of the
for,
year.
before the end of the
And
year, there's one more coming up. Yep.
yeah, yeah. And also, did you want to mention anything else, Yanis?
Oh no, we'll mention that next time, man. It's okay.
All right, all right. We've got a little surprise, so we'll do
Uh,
that probably in our next episode.
we'll do that for the December episode, which is gonna come early in December, and it's gonna be the Christmas theme one. So every December we're gonna have a Christmas theme episode if we can, and we're looking forward to it.
Excellent. Thanks, everyone. Bye. See
Bye
you,
bye.
Yanis.
Bye bye.